mayor of New York. He was born in Uganda, Kampala, October 18th, 1991. He left Uganda when he was 5 years old. He went to South Africa, and he has an African name, which is Kwame. He was given that name in honor of the first president of Ghana.
New York, we have answered those fears. Tonight we have spoken in a clear voice. Hope is alive. Hope is a decision that tens of thousands of New Yorkers made day after day. Volunteer shift after volunteer shift, despite attack ad after attack ad. More than 1 million of us stood in our churches, in gymnasiums, in community centers, as we filled in the ledger of democracy.
He lived in Kampala when he was 5 years old, and his family moved to Cape Town, South Africa. The family then settled in New York City when he was 7, where he was raised in Morningside Heights. He became a U.S. citizen in 2018. Education: he attended the New York public school system, including the Bronx High School of Science. He received a bachelor's degree in African Studies from Bowdoin College in 2014. Career and political history: political career. Prior to serving in the assembly, Mamdani worked as foreclosure prevention housing counselor, helping low-income homeowners of color across Queens fight off eviction and stay in their homes. He also worked as a hip-hop musician and a campaign manager for other local New York City politicians. Early activism: his political activity began with organizing. He co-founded his high school's first cricket team. He co-founded his college first Student for Justice in Palestine chapter. He later organized with various progressive organizations. New York State Assembly: he was first elected to the New York State Assembly in 2020 to represent the 26th District, Astoria, Ditmas, Steinway, and Astoria Heights in Queens, defeating a 5-term incumbent. He is a member of the Democratic Party and the Democratic Socialists of America. He is the first South Asian man and the first Ugandan to serve in the New York's Assembly, as well as only the third Muslim. As an Assembly member, he championed issues like affordable housing and the successful launch of a fare-free bus pilot program. A mayor-elect of New York City 2025. In a historic win, he was elected the mayor of New York City on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. He became the city's first Muslim and first South Asian mayor, as well as his youngest in over a century. He ran a progressive campaign focused on making the city more affordable, proposing policies such as universal child care and free bus services and rent freezes.
Tonight we have spoken in a clear voice. Hope is alive. Hope is a decision that tens of thousands of New Yorkers made day after day. Volunteer shift after volunteer shift, despite attack ad after attack ad. More than 1 million of us stood in our churches, in gymnasiums, in community centers, as we filled in the ledger of democracy. And while we cast our ballots alone, we chose hope together. Hope over tyranny. Hope over big money and small ideas. Hope over despair. We won because New Yorkers allowed themselves to hope that the impossible could be made possible. And we won because we insisted that no longer would politics be something that is done to us. Now it is something that we do. Standing before you, I think of the words of Jawaharlal Nehru. A moment comes but rarely in history when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. Tonight we have stepped out from the old into the new. So let us speak now with clarity and conviction that cannot be misunderstood about what this new age will deliver and for whom. This will be an age where New Yorkers expect from their leaders a bold vision of what we will achieve, rather than a list of excuses for what we are too timid to attempt. Central to that vision will be the most ambitious agenda to tackle the cost of living crisis that this city has seen since the days of Fiorello LaGuardia. An agenda that will freeze the rents for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants. Make buses fast and free.